You're listening to Tipsy Book Reads. I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Jess.
And we're tipsy. Too many books on my TBR. Too many books on my TBR. Yeah. This podcast is like a book club for the antisocial. We make a drink inspired by the book we read and talk crap about life and fictional characters. We really hope you listen and drink along.
Side effects of listening to this podcast may include reading vivaciously, extreme bouts of laughter, tipsiness from craft cocktails, talking shit about life and fictional characters. Listen at your own risk.
Just a warning, this podcast is explicit. We are all over 21 and there are spoilers. We warned ya. Hi, friend.
Hi.
How are ya?
Good. How are you?
I am not well.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not well.
That's so fair.
I finished this last night and at it was dark out and I had to go on a mental health walk. But I couldn't because it was dark out. So I just paced around my house.
We were also like, we have to record immediately. Our text messages were honestly so funny. I was like just waiting for you to finish. Like,
I could tell when you stopped answering me for a reason.
Oh my gosh.
So Jessica finished it first a few days ago. And she's like, where are you? And I was like, ooh, I'm still in the same chapter that I was before.
I was like, Rebecca!
And I planned on reading at work, but I didn't get to. So let me read all day. I literally read all day yesterday.
I love it.
And foregoed all of my responsibilities. Responsible who? Not me. Not me yesterday.
When it comes to Golden Sun.
I drank like 3. Sorry, that was weird for everyone watching. There's a little tiny bug flying around.
Fuck?
Get it. Oh, you got it. Oh, nope. Wow, skills. You'd be in his army. Okay, anyways, I made like 3 cups of tea and I finished this book. The tea did not calm me.
There's no hope.
There's no hope. Okay, so this was insane. So what you drinking?
We are drinking Iron Rain.
Yeah.
Cheers. Did we make another whiskey drink?
Mm-hmm. But you know
yes,
what?
Yes, we did.
In the acknowledgements, first off, Pierce. I'm as much of a Lord of the Rings fan as you, and I appreciate that. But it says something about whiskey in here. I remember reading and going, oh, I was going to mark that to talk about, and I forgot. I didn't mark it. All I marked was the quote he talked about writing. Oh, yeah. Thank you also to Joel Phillips for beautiful maps and whiskey nights.
Yeah.
So in honor of whiskey nights, another whiskey drink. Tell me about it.
So it's basically a whiskey sour, and then we dropped cherry juice, like
Iron Rain
falling through the sky.
It looks
Iron Rain.
so good.
Cool. It was cool.
If you haven't watched that video yet,
do it.
It is going to be, the social medias will be linked in our bio. So go there. It looks insane. You did so good. Also, this is delicious.
Yummy.
I just feel like I'm constantly disappointed
when we don't make a whiskey drink.
Yes. That's not what I was going to say, but yes. When I order a whiskey drink out.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like sour mix. Mm-hmm. I'm like, no. Like, I was making comments about the froth earlier, but when there's no froth on it, I'm like, these mother truckers. You know where I learned how to make a whiskey sour? The Jameson headquarters in Dublin, Ireland.
True queen.
There's a timer your son set on my watch.
Oh, nice.
My timer's going off.
Dada.
Dada. He was trying to show him the timer.
That's so funny.
How do I make sure there's no other timers? Okay. Oh, 17 minutes? Okay. Anyways, back to this.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. What's in it?
I think we just did that, didn't we?
Kind of, yeah. You're right. I got distracted by the timer.
It's lemon juice and simple syrup and whiskey. We used Irish whiskey.
We did.
And
with a hint of
juice.
Cork. Thank you.
It's fine.
It's delicious. Thank you so much for this drink
Yes.
because we're going to need it. All right. I was wondering, though, if you were going to do some sort of jelly bean drink.
I thought about it. It was cute.
It is cute. And also, listen, guys, we post what chapters we're reading.
Stop.
We avoid spoilers.
Yeah,
like
stop spoiling
business.
us. I mean, not that I really care about jelly beans.
So
I was just
we
like,
didn't
what the
really
fuck?
care. But when you comment in our comments and
I was
say
like,
spoilers,
I don't know what an iron rain is. I don't know why there's jelly beans in this revolutionary spaceship novel.
Revolutionary spaceship novel. Oh my
And jelly
gosh.
beans.
And jelly beans.
Anyways.
I loved it. And Sophocles? What's the fox's name?
Oh, frick. I
think
remember.
it's Sophocles.
Sure.
Yeah. Loved them.
Love it.
I need one. Not really, but I need one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Do we want to talk about like the real shit? Because what is this book?
Lead the way.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Where to even start? Darrow. Oh my gosh. He's such a good character. Who's your favorite character?
Mustang.
That's fair.
I didn't even have to think about it. Mustang and then Severo.
I was going to say Severo might be mine. Severo.
He's just so funny. Not him
I
literally
love-
singing a mocking song over the speaker to Pliny or whatever.
That, and then also making all of the Peerless thank Darrow is so funny. He's like, thank the
you,
Reaper.
Reaper.
Thank you, Reaper. So funny. I just want to say, I was kind of looking into some of their names and the meanings of them. Tell me how Severo means seriousness. He is so unserious.
Really? That's so funny.
Yeah, it means seriousness or sternness, which is hilarious.
Knowing Pierce, that was very intentional for some reason.
Right? And then Roke means rock. Darrow means spear, which how about the name Darrow meaning spear?
That's
and he is
crazy.
like the spearhead of the revolution.
That's crazy.
I love it.
We want to get, are you done? Do you have more?
But what were
Go
you
ahead.
going to look
No,
up?
it's more important what your list is.
Oh, I'm just, Virginia means pure.
Yeah.
Nero, strong. Cassius means vain and empty.
Yeah, that makes
Fair,
sense.
fair. Tactus means silent. And Ragnar means warrior.
I
which
love that.
tracks.
I love that.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that obviously there's a lot of Roman and Greek mythology and Greek ancient history
Yes.
that is referred to in this book. And one of the coolest things was looking up Emperor Nero and seeing how it's literally like copy and paste of Nero in here.
Yes.
And so Nero is one of Rome's most infamous rulers. He was notorious for his cruelty. Thank you. God. Debauchery and eccentricity. So that's from British Museum, which, whatever. But just that was direct quote, so I wanted to make sure I gave some reference there. But freaking crazy. Like, even if you go, I know I did a few others, but that was the only one I wrote down. So I'm glad that you wrote the meanings of it because that literally like directly connects.
Yeah. And also history repeats itself.
Yeah.
And even in the first book, there was a lot of mentions to how they got to the caste system and everything. And they even made references to as far back as like Roman and Greek
100%.
times. Even though this is so far in the future, it still is history repeating itself over and over and over again, and society splitting and all of, I don't know, it's just crazy to me.
Yeah. And it's like the central theme of this book is, can evil turn good? Right.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
it's just like, we've tried over and over again. So like, what does that mean for us? One of the cool things about this specific moment in history was that Nero oversaw certain rebellions too, which I think directly links to this. It's fantastic. Anywho.
And to your point of like society trying to change over and over again, it goes to what Lorne was saying about you're getting rid of one tyrant and putting another on the throne.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
how he kept going back to death begets death begets death and war begets war. And Darrow like kind of takes that and puts it in his mind, and it comes up mentally for him a few times, and it kind of goes into play with his battle of his conscience and when he fought against what Harmony was trying to do and was like, this is not the way we should do things. He kind of has that in the back of his mind of the more we kill, the more gets killed, and the whole death begets death thing. And it's like, what is the right way to do this? Because people are saying that lots of people have to die as a sacrifice, and that's a worthy sacrifice for this cause. But then the other side of the coin is that death begets death. So it's like, where does someone draw the line? And I think that's something that he's constantly struggling with in his,
And he's trying
morality.
Yeah. It's interesting.
It is.
It's such a good read. It's because that's so real.
Yeah.
Pierce Brown really likes the word baguettes. Like, I was laughing because you always point out different words.
Yeah.
And he used that not just within that phrasing, but quite a few times in different sentences. And I was like, there's his word.
Yep.
There's his word.
Everyone's
there's one
got
other.
a word.
Yeah. Oh, piss.
Fair.
But anywho, that's such a good point. I can't wait to clip that and put that on the internet.
So where do we want to jump to next?
Okay. So I wrote my notes a little differently. I wrote them almost as acts than as like names and people.
Yeah.
Because this it feels like, what am I trying to say? It's so heavily influenced by different mythology and like Homer, Iliad, and all that stuff that I wanted to like put it into kind of that
like a structure. Yeah.
But anyways, so we started off with our meeting in the very beginning when Darrow and Mustang like work together in this meeting, and we kind of see this like they read each other's minds so well, and they go up against Pliny. And I love this because one of the things I love about this book is that Darrow doesn't just keep things from the people that are in this book, he keeps things from us too, right?
Yeah.
So when we're reading this, we're missing out key factors that he's experienced but we haven't seen. And that is just an incredible way to weave that into a story. So one of the things that we find out is Mustang and Darrow kind of worked this out, right? Where they were like, here's our plan. And like, we're going to put Pliny in a little corner, back him in there, and really show his true colors. You know, is he going to fight, flight, or fright?
Yeah.
So I thought that this scene was so, I promise I won't talk scene by scene, chapter by chapter. I'll try not.
We'll do that another time.
But this scene, I think, was such a great character insight for all of these people for us to experience, right? We see Mustang have this interaction with her dad and all of his advisors that we typically haven't seen before.
Yeah.
However, we're getting a more of a view of what she's experienced
growing
her
up
whole
with
life.
him. Yeah, absolutely.
And
how two-faced he can be, and how one minute he's basically calling her a whore, and the
Yeah.
next he's like, that's my girl.
ouch.
Just like at
Yeah.
the snap of a finger.
And how she handles that.
Yeah. She's so strong.
Yeah.
Like emotionally, mentally,
Physically all
too,
of the
but
things, but yeah.
the
Her
emotional
brain.
turmoil that she has grown up with compared to how she handles things. And even going back to the first episode on this, where she basically shut Darrow up because she needed to take a breath and wasn't done.
Yeah.
Like, that is just so in character for her. So the
Yeah.
way she handled this was just another show of that character.
Yes. Agreed. I loved the quote on page 230 that said, "Wise men read books sorry. I wrote it wrong. Wise men read books about history. Strong men write them." And so that was Darrow talking to Pliny.
Yes.
What a name. Did we look up Pliny?
No.
Tell me
Speaking
about that and I'll look it up.
Okay, speaking of that, kind of jumping ahead to when he met with Lorne, and Lorne goes on to say it's basically the winners that write the history. It's
I
the
also wrote that
triumphant
one
that
down.
write the history, or I forget the exact.
victors write
the
history.
victors write history. And I was like, wow.
It's
How true is that?
Yeah, because Dara was like, I don't know this story.
Yeah.
Like, I just grew up in this house for the last 5 years. I've never heard this before. And it's the start of the Augustus, Nero.
Yeah. The history, the whole
Family.
feud between
Yeah.
them, which is absolutely wild. And yeah, they basically wiped an entire
Family out.
name off of the map. And to Lauren's point, the victors write the stories.
That was so good. Pliny is coming up as referred to as two different Roman figures. Hold on, I don't want to go off that one. Dang it, I don't have a good source. Well, maybe we'll come back to this in a deep dive.
Okay.
And talk about that because I don't trust these sources that are coming up.
Yeah,
you know what I
that's
mean?
fair.
Okay. So, Punny sucks. Fuck him. That's one of my notes.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah, I think that was my the other thing. We get a little bit of an insight on Pax's brother and dad, and how obviously the way that they are made Pax who he is.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really sweet, and that he just like the two of them want to support Darrow so much
Yes.
because Pax supported him and like died for him, and so I feel like they have seen that and said, oh well, if Pax died for him, like he's special,
worth it.
he's worth
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. And also the dad being he's lost some marbles, and
He lost a few jelly beans.
he has lost a few jelly beans. But Dax's conversation with Darrow about it and how they kind of explain that, and it's really endearing.
It is.
And like when Dax talks about how he and his mom handle that,
Yeah.
it's really sweet.
It is. It is so sweet. I love that. Okay. I called that the meeting of Elrond. Do you get it?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I read
I
that
figured you
memo.
would.
Yeah.
But that was one of the things earlier when I was like, oh my gosh, you're going to love how I structured. Never mind.
I love it.
And my next
Amazing.
act is picking up the old man.
Okay, Lauren.
I love him.
Yes, oh my
My
gosh.
heart.
Yeah.
What a grandpa.
Dang.
He just loved Darrow.
He did.
And that's the thing is like he only took on so many fighters to train.
Yeah.
And he loves them. And he offered a freaking spot in his house.
Yeah.
Where do you think this story would have gone if he accepted that?
Well, I don't know, because Darrow's point of he's an old man, he's stuck in his ways. He thinks the colors are there for a good reason. Like, I think Lauren's heart was good, but I don't think that he would have supported the revolution, at least not without a lot more time that he didn't necessarily have, so it just wouldn't have been in the cards, I guess.
Right.
But he is very much the Chiron in this story, training all of the heroes to then go and die.
Yeah, you're
And whether they turn good or bad or whatever. Like Aja, he trained her. And obviously she is not great. And I love that even though he says, I just want my peace, just let me alone on my island, I just want to live my life, he still keeps up with everything. Like, he already knew that Aja killed Quinn, and he still keeps up with all of the things that are happening with his champions, even though he just wants his retirement,
Yeah. He like keeps score almost, but
Yes.
not. Like he
Yeah.
just pays attention.
Yeah.
Speaking of the centaur,
Yeah.
Achilles was trained by him.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so I didn't even catch that before until you just said that, how this ties directly into like essentially Darrow being Achilles.
yeah, absolutely.
And his Achilles heel being trust.
Yes. Okay. So
And I called
you
that.
did call it, but it was almost opposite of what
Yeah,
you said.
it was.
because it was it was, you thought, like, we had initially thought it was going to be because he trusted someone, but it was actually because he didn't trust someone. Like, if he would have given his trust more to Roke, they might have been in a totally different situation.
Yeah.
But I freaking knew that Roke was going to betray him so early on. I called it. From the moment he kissed him on the cheek the first time, I was like, Judas.
Yeah,
He is
you
betraying
called it.
him, period.
Yeah.
Like, and then he went on later to talk about, like, their friendship in past tense. Before the end, like, early on, he said, I loved you, like, past tense.
Yeah.
And then he kissed him again, and then he referred to it in past tense again.
Yep.
And then he betrayed him.
It was so smart.
It was, like, leading up to it. And there was so much time in between that first kiss and that second kiss that he could have mended it if he had put his trust in Roke and still chose not to, and still hung it up for later and saying, I need to mend that. I need to mend that. That needs to be fixed, but didn't. And then what do you know?
Yes, but I think it would have happened anyways.
Yes.
Because the truth of the matter is that he, even though everyone warned him not to trust the jackal, he still trusted the jackal. And he still told the jackal almost all his plans.
Yeah.
Even to the point where the why do I want to call her senator? Sovereign.
Yeah.
Is where the sovereign is.
Yeah.
And
that's
so
true.
I think in terms of that's where I saw, like, he put his trust in the jackal and the jackal betrayed him. And, like, that was his fatal flaw. But I think it's both.
Yeah.
I do agree.
I think it would have had, like, what happened would have happened, but I don't think Roke would have betrayed him if he had put his trust in him.
Right.
Like, even after that initial, like...
Yeah. But his downfall was still
for
trusting
sure,
the jackal.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But it's funny that it goes both ways, and just, like, who he did choose to trust versus not trust. And
Interesting,
then those people both ended up betraying him, but for the opposite reasons.
Yeah. Dang. Literally, someone... Blissfully Bookish's husband, Catherine's husband, and I had a conversation about this, and he said, I don't know how the heck you're going to put this book into just 2 episodes, that they almost have to be 2 separately different conversations, one in his writing, like that for in that instance, and then one of the characters in the story itself.
That's so fair.
And I can feel us going down that. But man, you're right. Like, that's so crazy.
Yeah. It's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, so... Bloody damn. I also love that Severo loves to say that so much.
And I love that he is a red.
Yes!
He's part red, part gold. How freaking cool is that? And Mustang, back a long time ago, talked about how...
This story.
Yeah. But she didn't know who it was.
Nope.
And she was saying it's been wiped from history, all this stuff, but there has been instances of people being carved to be able to have a child with another color. And little did she know, that's our boy Severo.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
So it was recent history.
Yeah.
Nuts. Little Pierce, an Easter egger.
Mm-hmm.
He just
Yeah, it's stunning.
plots.
It's so stunning. Wow.
Back to Lorne and Darrow.
Yes.
I am just amazed by their conversation because you can so tell that these two are strategists, and even their conversation is thought out. Totally within the game that they're playing.
Yeah.
And they're each playing separate games.
Exactly. It's a chess match.
It is.
For sure.
And at the end, they both just really care about each other.
Yeah, they do. But it's all politics in this world, and they have to play the game, you know? But it's so interesting how many steps ahead Darrow has been, you know?
Oh, yeah. Oh, but it was so sweet that Lauren had these margarita glasses. Lauren had what was it?
The Griffin?
The Griffin.
With a saddle?
Saddled for him.
Yeah.
Ready to go with a ship hidden. Oh my God.
So sweet.
Also, it's named Icarus.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yep.
Amazing. And basically Larn being like the grandfather of the situation.
Right. And then later during the war, Icarus is Darrow's other
Secret name.
Secret name,
Yeah.
yeah.
I loved it.
So too close to the sun.
Oh, man.
So him killing Tactus, Lauren.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, Darrow's conversation with Tactus and how he talked him down, and he really was going to give him another chance. And the violin.
That's one of the places that I texted you, and I was like, the effing violin. he was learning
Yeah.
a song for him. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean,
The prodigal son.
I get it. Yeah, that's really funny. I get it. I get why he did it. Lauren did it.
Yeah.
But I don't like it.
I know.
I also get why Darrow forced his hand into joining the revolution, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
And I don't think Darrow liked it either.
Nope.
Like, he would have much rather not do that. But the fact is, they did need Lorne, and this was the way to make sure that happened. But I do like that he said, you'll regret killing Tactus before you die.
And he did.
Yeah.
Do you think if Tactus died or did not die, that maybe Roke would be a little bit more forgiving?
Possibly.
I think it still goes all the way back to when Darrow,
Drugged him?
him.
Probably even back before that. I
Mhm.
mean, when Roke talked to Darrow about it, he said even back from the initial academy, he used him, you know, and he was like, I was the only one that was a true friend. And if you go back to Red Rising, like, he followed Darrow to the end.
Yeah.
And he came back and, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. He really was a true friend to him. And Darrow always keeping him at arm's length and everything. Like, I don't know. It sucks.
All right. Well, that's a good spot to take a break. We may need more whiskey.
Let's do it.
And then we'll talk about the test of friendships.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back.
We're back.
Fun times. Refill. Child to bed.
Yeah. Love it.
Love it. All right.
Where'd we leave off?
We left off at the test of friendships. So basically, Mustang was off on her own adventure, which I kind of would love to know how that went. Yes.
Yeah.
But anyways, I thought that was so freaking funny between the marriage proposal from Pliny, the reaction of Lorne being just a father figure,
Yeah.
being like, slow your roll, Darrow, let her rest. She looks tired.
And her being like, excuse you.
Not only that, but everyone around him took a
Stepped
step
back. They knew it was coming.
That is so freaking funny. That was so funny.
It was.
So I think at this point when they captured Jackal,
Mm-hmm.
this is when Octavia and Jackal formed their real alliance.
Yeah, for sure.
Because now we kind of speculated before that Octavia was on the road to knowing that Darrow was a red. And so I think she had her speculations, and that's when the setup happened.
Yeah.
When they captured Dancer, Prancer, Dixon, Blitzen. But no, in reality, were you screaming at the book when he went? Because I was literally like, this is a trap.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? And then the whole time the Jackal was like, you saved me, Darrow, you saved me. I was like literally vomiting over the fakeness. But I just jumped heavily in where I was. But I just had to say, I think that's when Jackal and Octavia brokered their alliance.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Also, I thought was silly when Mustang did come back or whatever, and they are after the conversation and blah, blah, blah. They went to go visit Roke and Tact was dying. And Theodora is there, and Darrow was like, why didn't you tell me this is where Roke was? And she's like, well, he told me not to. And Darrow was like, I'm your master. Like, you tell me. And she's like, well, he's your friend. And I love that she just gives it back. And then Mustang being like, you're being an ass. Step back. She's tired. But my giggle was when Theodora responded with after Darrow said go to bed, basically. She wrote, a prime idea. I think Dominus. Always lovely to see you, Domina. Theodora says to Mustang before shooting me a cross look, Master has been rather moody in your absence.
Yes. The truth.
Oh, we love a little comic relief in this
exactly.
horrific time.
Yep. But true.
So back to the conversation, though, that they have with Roke and all of them. Heartbreaking that Roke feels this way. Like you said, if Darrow would have let him in, like maybe things would be possibly different, or at least he would have more of a backup than what he has. But I mean, even Mustang is like, Roke, you're being unfair. Like, to him, this is war.
Yeah, like I get it. I get why he wanted. So Darrow basically let Aja go. Mm-hmm. Roke doesn't know that it was on purpose and for another purpose.
Which is dumb. He should have told him.
He should have told him. He 100% should have told him. But he doesn't. And it just seemed like he just let her get away because he didn't care. And to Darrow's point, like, snap out of it. This is not personal. This is war. But also, like, dude, you got to let him in a little bit.
Yeah, that. And to back up Roke, Darrow did start the war. He literally started this war.
Yeah.
So.
And also, if it was Mustang that Aja killed, Darrow would not have let her go, period, regardless of for the greater good. If it was to track her, whatever the case may be, he would have
They're all hunted
her down. So.
Yeah, I agree. Speaking of who's who, interesting who's who. So they all have a conversation at this point because they're kind of like back into base one.
Yeah.
So I kind of skipped over. I just realized the part where they go and save Jackal and all of them, which is crazy in itself.
It is.
And freaking Darrow gets to be what's it called? What he did in Mars.
A hell diver?
Yes. Again.
Yeah.
And I thought that was cool. But also the whole time I'm like, it is awfully odd that they're just letting you walk in. Like, I get it. It was all strategically planned, but I'm like, this is
suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
But
don't be suspicious.
And I think that the Sovereign knew she couldn't trust Pliny because obviously he just will turn on whatever. Yeah. So he was expendable, hands down. But that whole conversation with Pliny, Severo is so funny. Thank the Reaper.
Oh my god.
So funny.
Thank the Reaper. And then, like we just said before, the freaking song to Pliny.
Yes. But Severo making the Jackal be like, what's in my pocket? And then Darrow just being like, pointing to his eye and giving him the answer.
The fact he wanted the eyes.
Yeah, he wanted Pliny's eye. He's so down an eye.
Oh
that is so funny. That is so unserious.
Yeah. Unsevero.
Literally.
San Severo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that whole scene was incredible. Yeah. And then
are we the same person?
Yeah. But when he goes in to talk to Pliny and he's like, this person failed to kill me. They failed to kill me. And he's like, and I let that gold pride just come into being and like just embodied the goldness that I am, you know? And then he's like, all these people failed to kill me and you thought you could do it?
Immortality, bro. Sounds a lot like Achilles.
I was gonna say Achilles.
But
your
I did,
pride is showing. Your pride is showing.
I did think it was really funny though, and also very smart how he walked over to him, bitch slapped him.
He did.
And then fixed his hair, buffed out his pendant, tapped
Made
him
him
on
kiss
the
his
cheek,
ring.
made him kiss on the ring, and then walked away and let the people turn on him.
Yep.
But you know what? Like you said with Octavia being able to trust him and not being able to trust him, like we always say, cheaters going to cheat, traitors are going to traitor.
Yeah.
So that just
Traitors do be traitoring.
Traitors do traitor.
Yeah.
But and it just is another freaking way of how this book is saying, like, does evil really change?
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting, and I'm very interested to see how this plays out.
Yeah.
And how the themes of this book kind of come full circle, or maybe we see, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
After this ending, I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
Anywho, yeah, we already talked about that.
I'm gonna start the timer.
Oh, it's okay. So something that was important that happened in that conversation prior to that, right? Or after that, when they saved everyone. So Victra
Yeah.
is essentially like, nobody trusts me, and Mustang's like, why would we? And Lauren's like, I wouldn't trust you. And so now you have the entire board of directors saying that they wouldn't trust Victra, and Darrow is basically like, well, here's what I believe in. I have to practice, right? I have to practice what I preach. So I believe that she's going to change, so I have to put my belief in that.
Yeah.
And what a character I didn't think that was going to become one of my favorites. That's nuts. But anyways, Roke basically is like, you're being hypocritical. You trust me. You don't trust her. If anyone you shouldn't trust, it should be me. Literally, word for word almost. Not really. But that's what he's saying. And then we have this moment when Darrow decides how he's going to respond. And he basically says, and if we cannot trust our friends, what is the point of breathing? And you know what? When I read that, I was like, this sentence should be, and I didn't even know what was going to happen at this point.
Yeah.
This sentence should be the example of when you're reading or writing a foreboding sentence and how to properly make you feel all of that.
Yeah.
That sentence should be the example, because I read that and I literally closed my book.
Chills.
I had chills and I felt all of the feels.
Yeah.
Heavily foreshadowing. Brilliantly written.
Yes.
He can't trust anyone.
Nope.
And
then everyone dies.
And then everyone
they're not breathing.
dies. Nobody breathes. Nobody's breathing.
Yeah.
That was crazy though, huh?
I feel like we could do a whole freaking episode just on he and Roke's relationship.
Me too.
And the conversations that Roke has had with Darrow and how things went bad and why things went bad and what would have been different if they had done things differently. And back to Roke's conversation with him of him talking about, I've sat by 3 people's bed this year, while they were in the last however many years while they were
still
dying.
In their early 20s.
And I would have traded places with all of them.
Yeah.
And he was including Darrow in that. And he did go and wait by his bedside while Darrow was on the brink of death, right? And when he woke up, and who was it that was like, do I smell a guy that almost died and left his friends in the dust to be a hero? Come on in, boy. And that breakfast scene was very much giving Last Supper.
Yes, it was.
And then for Judas, a.k.a.
literally,
Roke and him to talk right afterwards.
I literally started writing Judas next to his name.
Yeah.
Where is he? Where is he written again? Hello? But anyways, that is such a good point, though, that it reads like the Last Supper.
Yeah. They were even making Jesus jokes.
There you go.
The Jesus of Nazareth.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is so... freaking Pierce Brown. Come on
Eve.
our podcast.
Makes his banana stand.
I like low-key, though. Part of me was like, oh, no. I can't laugh at that.
It's so funny.
It's so funny, but I was like, I'm going to hell.
But yeah, the Jesus jokes and then the Last Supper situation going right into the conversation with the Judas of the story.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. How quickly that they trust Roke and not Victra, even though Victra was the one that crawled on her knees to get to him while she was dying. You know. Okay. One other thing about that scene, not necessarily that it's happened right after, when Mustang went and visited him when he was sleeping.
Yeah.
After he had that dream about having kids with EO. Oh, my heart. Because, like, okay, I feel like there's a weird phenomenon that women have, and it's where they have a dream and they have a child in this dream, and it is so real that when they wake up, like, it's a real phenomenon, and when they wake up and that child is, like, not real, like, you grieve this child. It's crazy. And so this written for like in a male perspective is just like just as heartbreaking, obviously, but like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So anyways, Mustang comes in, they're chit-chatting. He's like, this is bad news. She's bad freaking news. I thought it was very funny though, and beautifully written how she picks Mozart. And she talks about how he's a rebellious person and that she loves him so much, and he says the stuffy people like Mozart. And then she goes, you know, nuh-uh, he was rebellious or whatever, and his response was, well, the stuffy people got a hold of him. I'm like, oh okay, Mozart,
all right, Darrow,
are you Darrow or are you Mozart?
Literally. Also, I totally picture the Howlers listening to like heavy metal, headbanging.
Heavy metal, techno.
Yes.
What is that term? Yeah.
Yeah. Like they're all just in one big mosh pit, to be honest.
I love that for them. I love them. I love them.
Yes.
I found a shirt today that had Howlers on it.
Was it the one on TikTok?
It was a one on TikTok, maybe the same one with the emblem, like.
Yeah, I think I might have sent you one. It was like, this is how we find our people. And it was like showing up to the parent pickup line with the Howlers. It wasn't that one,
but yes, that was very cool.
The Howlers shirt.
I did send you this one.
Okay. Okay. Did we skip over the whole Iron Rain thing?
Not yet.
Okay.
He calls for Iron Rain. That's where I'm at.
Yes.
So,
Andromedus.
Right. We went back and forth between the conversation of the second Elrond and this. So he calls for Iron Rain as its own frickin' act, but that's my problem. Yeah. Go ahead, lead it.
Girl, I don't even know where to begin.
Yeah.
So I can just picture it. He described all of the people in their little like blaster things as like a hive, like honeycomb. And all the people are in their little pods,
which I can totally picture that.
Yeah, getting ready to be launched into the space, whatever.
Down into the Mars.
Crazy.
Which I felt so stupid. I need to go reread Red Rising.
Why?
Because I didn't realize that was all like within the same space as the training hub, like war.
What do you mean?
So in one of the parts, he says, oh, that's the place where Pax and I fought.
Oh, yes.
And so in my brain, I didn't realize that that's all connected. I also don't speak meters. So
I feel that so
I don't
hard.
know where the fuck
Convert
these
that to
people-
inches, please.
I don't know where we are.
That's
I have
fair.
no clue where we are.
That's fair.
And so I feel like I do need to just sit down and write down all of these places.
Yeah.
And like where he's saying they are meter wise and then convert them because I'm stupid.
No, you're not.
And I don't speak.
We were just raised on the U.S.
Yeah.
But I want a globe, like a map of the globe of Mars.
Mm-hmm.
That would be great. But in Red Rising, they're like under the surface. And then he comes to the surface.
Right.
And then they go to a different place on Mars. And that's where like
Right.
the Camp Half-Blood is.
Right.
Yeah.
I have so many references to Percy Jackson that I had to take out.
I know.
Because I was like, I cannot.
I know. But yeah, so but there was one point in this where they were like Dara was like running down the street and like police are going by and the lower colors are like hiding in their houses and I was like, wait, there's just like houses? I was so confused for a second.
I know.
I was like,
I'm
this
right
is just
there
like a
with you.
city. There's police driving by. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
It does. Yeah.
It just like was a jump scare. I don't know.
I feel the same way.
And the pinks are hiding
right?
behind their curtains, and I was like, "The fuck?" There's like people
Fuck?
here.
Yeah. I know. I was the same way though.
Okay.
I had to. I don't know why I was picturing this like battlefield.
Yeah,
Like and it being a field, but
Right.
it's literally the Citadel. Like it's literally
yeah,
the city. So duh.
yeah,
But yeah, I felt the same way. I was like, wait a minute. Even when I read this, I took extensive notes. I annotated. And then on the way here, I was driving because at some point I kind of stopped taking notes because I was like, holy,
yeah. Just like
what the hell is going on? And so when I re-listened to it, I was kind of like, oh, I missed that part, or oh, I'm so glad I re-listened to this because I just kind of like my brain made up for it where I was like, I don't understand what this is. So then it like put a placeholder,
Right.
And then so it was nice to be able to fix that.
That's fair. But yeah, I did a double take at the people hiding in the curtains or whatever, and I was like, what in the hell?
Feels very Hunger Games.
Yes, when they're going through the city with Mr. Sugar Cube, R.I.P. Why am I blanking on his name?
Finnick O'Dare? How dare you not remember Finnick O'Dare?
Well, it's because I made this simple syrup with sugar cubes, so like that was on my mind.
Cheers, bitch.
Okay, but
Anyways,
anyways,
out for Finnick O'Dare.
oh yep. So
Where are we? Oh yeah,
They
all
get to
hell breaks
Mars.
loose.
they're in the mud.
Yeah, they're down and dirty. Oh my god, this is over an hour.
No, it's not because we
You're
let
so
it
right.
go
You're
for,
so right.
like,
You're so right.
long.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no.
No, we're good. But I wish I knew the time on there. Can you see it?
No, that's really funny that you think of that. I can see
What
that.
if I like zoomed in? Do you think it would work?
We're gonna take this out. By the way, there's gonna be a jump. So
We're at 21 minutes. 21 and a half.
Oh, fuck.
What do you mean we have 9 minutes? There's no way.
Okay, take all of that out. To me. Okay, so basically, craziness. They have this giant plan, which I kind of wish that I knew this plan ahead of time so that I could follow along a little better. That's my only, like, maybe gripe about it, and that's not even probably, I would even say that's, like, a gripe.
But if they kind of even just quickly broke down, like, all right, this is your job, we're going to go, and we're going to do this.
I would have appreciated that more. However, I understand it was very intentional. He can't trust his friends. Why would he trust us as the reader? So he's not going to give us that information.
Yeah.
Whatever, you genius little Pierce. What? I still like to know things ahead of time.
Literally.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so, oh my gosh. So, yeah, because Mustang had this whole other job that I was like, wait, what? And then the Sons of Ares had already, like, dug out a canal. When did they talk about that?
They didn't. That was just happened.
Yeah, but, like, how did he know that they were going to dig out this canal? You have an eyelash.
I didn't make a wish. I just blew
Dang
it.
it. Anyways.
Okay. Oh, shit. And this is where we lose everyone.
Yep.
Okay.
So, yeah, the Sons of Ares freaking dug a tunnel underneath whatever in their Camp Half-Blood and Camp Jupiter, more like, I feel.
Yeah, I would say Camp Jupiter.
Yeah.
Because there's a difference. Okay, so I agree, but also, like, we kind of, as that was happening, we got the history of it, where he was like, yeah, oh, thank goodness, my gift from my gift from Aries, and they did this and blah blah blah, and don't worry because my team will just think that we had people ahead of time like doing this and blah blah. And I was like, okay,
Wait, what?
wait a second, you don't trust me, Darrow?
I want to know.
I've been here since the beginning.
Literally. I'm in your corner.
I'm in your corner.
But yeah, so we sends Mustang into these.
Murderer. I'm so sorry. Mustang, go ahead.
He sends Mustang into this secret tunnel situation, right? And it's like, don't die.
So sorry. Secret tunnel.
Oh my God, Becca.
Secret tunnel. Okay, go ahead. I'm done.
And he's like, okay, don't die. And then they freaking all almost die. So what color was it? A gray, a pink?
No, brown.
Brown.
Which is crazy. It's this girl that they kind of just were like, there's a girl out here. That's crazy. And then it took a few beats and Severo was like, somebody shoot her. And she presses the little globe. And basically, I think what happened was that all around, like, the gravity went out. Or what they had, like, something happened where all of their suits went pladunk.
I thought it was like a grenade and it shot out the electronics that made
it go down, where like their suits that helped them with gravity didn't work anymore.
Right.
So he was in the water,
the mud, and they start sinking.
Yeah, and then he rips his suit, which I was like, you're gonna drown. Literally, I'm reading this. I'm like, you're gonna drown.
And he's like, oh shit, I'm gonna
drown.
drown.
This is why he needs Mustang.
Which he was going to die anyways, though.
Yeah.
What was he going to do?
True. No, and he fought through it.
And it's funny because the way he carries his sling blade, Lauren is like, it's the popular new fashion. It's stupid.
But
you're going to cut yourself. And he did, but it ended up saving him because it was right within reach. And then he saves Ragnar.
Yes.
And he leaves the other ones.
For the time being. And then
for now.
What's crazy about the scene is he gives him the blade.
Yeah.
And this was new lore to me. I may have missed it in the past, but that his kind can't hold those blades.
Or they won't go to
the Norse version of
Where did
heaven.
Valkyries go? Fuck.
Yeah.
No. They're Valkyries. Yes. Valhalla. Thank you.
Yeah, which is crazy. And then basically
he throws it in his hand.
They're not
Ragnar's
gods.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but he was like, they're not gods. Period. Here you go. And he gets shit for it from everyone. But
Cassius and his crew were in the trees, by the way.
Yeah.
Doesn't know that it's Darrow. They go around like, this reminded me of another scene from something that I can't remember what, but where someone just kind of goes around and is like killing everyone. Maybe it was like a Game of Thrones thing or something.
Maybe,
I don't know. But they're going around making sure everyone's dead. So Ragnar and him like cover themselves in mud. They're hiding. He gives him this blade. He's like, acts like it burns him. He's like, take the freaking blade or we're all gonna die. And then what happens?
Oh, well, then they fight their way out, get the grav boots, go and save everyone, including Severo, who's almost dead. But I would love to pause it right there because we forgot something incredibly important a few scenes back. So right before they're all deployed and they're talking to each other and Severo and him are talking and Darrow looks at him and he says, what if this is all, like, what if this doesn't work? What if people just can't get past this system that we've created. And Severo answers back with basically a howl at the top of his lungs. And I'm going to quote this, and that's when I see the standards of the legions fall, replaced with something new. Gone are the pyramids of the society. Gone are the laurel and the scepter and the sword and the scroll. Gone is Augustus's lions. Instead, the high golden standards that is the legions carries to battle are peaked with wolves and sling blades. So basically, all of it doesn't matter what color they were. They all fought together in this war. And that's really, really important to mention. And I even tabbed it and I forgot.
That is very important.
But a beautiful moment because those legions, Darrow is leading.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Okay.
Back to where we're at. Do you want to pause? Because we
We're
are
gonna
way over
have to.
time.
We're
I'm
gonna
so
have
sorry.
to.
Technology sucks. And if we were only audio, we wouldn't have to. But we're video. So we'll be right back. We're back. So
That's such a good point.
thank you.
I love it.
Thank you very much.
Good catch.
Thank you very much. We can scooch back to where we were.
Yeah. So he wakes everyone up. Several basically drowns, but he's not quite dead. And then who was it? Which one was like, excuse me,
Thistle.
Thistle was like, excuse me, he has a sling. He's not
Give it
allowed
to
to
me.
have that.
Yeah. And she tried to take it.
Yeah.
So even within the wolves that are rebellious as they are, some of them still can't get over that.
Yeah. And Several was basically like,
Fight me for it, essentially.
yeah.
So his true colors are starting to show, both of them. This is very fascinating, this whole entire scene. Again, we could probably spend ages on the scene itself between that and basically Darrow going on a suicide mission.
Yup.
So they all get over themselves. Freaking Ragnar saves the day. Does he remind you of Bob? He kind of reminds me of Bob.
Now that I hadn't thought of that, but now that you say that, yes.
He reminds me of Bob. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, Percy Jackson, Series 2. Read it. You'll know Bob. And also, go look at the sky tonight for Bob. Okay. Anywho, so, yeah. Can we talk about what happens next, though?
Oh my
He
gosh,
runs
yes.
basically through the city like you're talking about. No one expects him to get this far because he just is like, no armor.
His arms cut up.
Arms, bullet through his thigh. He's got his blade.
He's running Darrow is going straight off of adrenaline at this point.
And stims.
Yeah.
Don't worry, he mentions taking half a packet of stims.
He does. But it's like a chicken with his head cut off. Like strictly just running on fumes.
And so he sees, I loved this part, the description of the different shuttles that were, what's the word I'm looking for? Decoys. And then the main one, and seeing her going to the main one and just taking off. What a scene. I mean, he's grabbing the back as it's closing and he pulls himself over just in time, only to find himself in the bay with literally everyone.
Yeah. And he's like, well, shit.
Well, shit.
I don't know that I thought this one through.
Then he didn't.
I'm kind of actively bleeding out. This might not be my best.
He is dying.
Yeah.
Dying. But oh my God. Okay. Hey, remember when I asked you last episode?
If we knew who
Ares
Ares was? I was not expecting this.
I just had like a feeling that we knew who it was.
Well, yeah, but that was not my guess. That would not have been my guess. I didn't have a guess. I didn't know, but that would not have been it.
I loved it. I loved it.
I listened in the episode and we were talking such shit about Fishner and how he just goes whatever way the wind blows. But really, he was in with Octavia because that's the best place to be.
It is.
If you're the head of the revolution, don't you want to be at the tippity top, bop to the top?
Keep your enemies close.
Yeah.
Keep Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Mm-hmm.
It's fantastic, though. Everything from him, Darrow being delusional and thinking that it's his uncle, to that was heartbreaking.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, we're nowhere near close talking about the end of this book. Can we just okay? So that whole scene was wild. I was shocked. I was throwing my book. I was definition of gamer husband, reader, wife.
Just screaming from the other room.
If you couldn't hear that.
It's okay because we're screaming in here. That's how we feel too, Tyler.
Yeah. Anywho.
But no, literally fucking wild.
I loved it. I loved it.
I loved it.
I loved being surprised.
The grand reveal. I know, because you're rarely surprised.
I loved being
not
surprised.
gonna lie.
And maybe that's you're not gonna lie. Sorry. Okay.
Okay, but Octavia being like, Bitchner. It's the last straw.
Hey, remember when we got asked in a comment a few weeks back if we were actually drinking in these episodes? Okay, go ahead.
Oh, what gives us
Not
away?
a drip of alcohol in my veins.
Okay, but Octavia, oh my gosh. Do you think she suspects him? Do you
Who,
think
Fitchner?
Yeah.
No.
No?
I'll have to read the scene again, but I didn't feel that.
I didn't feel
She was like,
at first.
witch!
Her sister was a witch, bro.
The wicked witch!
Okay, but I didn't think so at first, but then I thought more about it, and I'm like, I don't know if she knows, but I feel like she is questioning his loyalty.
Yeah, maybe in the terms of like, you need to kill him.
Yes.
Yeah.
But not necessarily like you're Aries, but like,
I think it was more like, let me
are you
clock
loyal?
you in your loyalty and also let me put you in your place. Because
Yeah.
he was kind of like telling her what to do. And so that's kind of
That's
how I
fair.
read it.
That's fair.
But so our Darrow basically dies, essentially.
Yeah.
Almost there.
Almost.
And Fitchner says, yeah, right, bitch. This is my favorite.
Here we go. You're my only hope.
You're my only hope. How the freaking Octavia didn't die, I don't know. Crazy. But he wakes up to Mustang.
Yeah.
And he's alive and well. I loved Mustang being like, I have appointed myself your chief politico.
You
I
need
have
my help.
I have appointed myself.
Yes.
And he's just like, oh, okay.
Okay. And then
they bang.
yeah, pretty much.
It's about time.
Yep. Okay. So that's pretty much all of that. We already talked about all the stuff from when he wakes up. But yeah, let's go on towards the end.
So, yes, because really quick, we talked about this already, but Jackal basically takes captive Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, and then Darrow goes. It's stupid, but when he comes back, he decides he has a conversation with Dancer, Ares, and Severo, which is really important because that's when we find out about Severo. Yeah. Okay. We also hear in this conversation that Darrow has decided he's going to tell Mustang.
Yes.
And Fitchner says, oh, you love her.
That was not part of the plan.
That wasn't part of the plan. This is going to be your downfall. And that's when I texted you, Mustang better not.
And then he says, okay, so you're going to tell her what happens if she's not for it. And Severo hops in, right?
Well, then I shoot her in the head. Because we know Darrow isn't going to do it.
Yep.
He doesn't have it in him.
Nope.
Oh, that was such a good quote.
Yeah.
We already passed that, though.
Oh, man.
What a beautiful, okay. He goes home to Mars. He gets to experience this all again, which I didn't know we were going to see. So I really appreciated that. He meets his mom again. He gets to have a conversation with his mom.
She knows it's him.
She knows it. A mama knows.
Yeah, she's like,
That's my son.
that's my boy.
And they get to catch up. And she's like, your uncle is not dead. He's dead, but he's not dead. He's out there somewhere.
Fair enough. And then
Mustang.
Mustang.
So I really loved, I struggle with this because I love and I hate it. Like, he just dropped information on an iPad, basically. He sent her a text message with a FaceTime voicemail video of who he was.
Yeah.
And so part of me was like, I wish he did it in person.
And he even wishes he did it in person.
Yeah. However, that didn't happen. So I can appreciate how, you know, it ended up happening. So, but she's too smart.
She is.
And she's like, I know he's going to put a tracker on me. So let me go strip and change, whatever. Okay. So what a very intense scene this is, right? We got Ragnar, who is so loyal, stays behind, doesn't listen to Darrow because he's like, you're blinded by love.
Fair enough. But doesn't shoot her in the face either.
No, he gives her the chance that Darrow gave to him.
Yeah.
And to everyone else. And I thought that was so beautiful. He literally went on his knees and was like, you can see
It's your choice.
It's your choice what you do next. And then it fades to black.
Yep.
And then all hell breaks loose and shit hits the fan and everyone dies.
Pretty much. So Nero is like, I need a son.
I need a son. You're my son.
And he's like, wait, you have a son. He's like, I don't want that one. They're building me a throne.
I mean, I wouldn't want him either.
Fair enough. They're building me a throne, and I want you to inherit it. And he's like, call me daddy.
And Darrow said,
daddy.
I'll call you whatever you want.
Yeah,
because I'm starting a rebellion.
Yeah. This is the plan. This is all in the plan.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
This was what I was hoping for. Darrow Augustus.
Yeah, he's so smart. My gosh. He basically did this all without the rebellion's help because they left him for dry.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, don't worry. From here on out, we will be there for you. Blah, blah, blah. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was like, I need daily communication. Okay, but so, yeah, they build him a throne. And they are having this ceremony to, like, I don't know, crown him as heir.
Yeah, basically. And oh my God, the conversation between him and Lorne, I was like, let him go. I just know something bad is going to happen. Let him go.
He wasn't supposed to be there.
He wasn't supposed to be there.
The jackal set up the invitation. And then I knew something was up as soon as Severo was like, I can't get a hold of my dad.
And when Darrow tells him to go after him and he watches his shadow and thinks,
yes, we're two separate people.
It was a goodbye.
And then every single time of someone asking where Mustang is,
yeah, they
and
had to
like
know.
getting more and more distance, and him being like, "This is becoming more and more real. Where the fuck is she?"
Yeah, where is she? Number one, but number two, I think I'm so glad she wasn't there.
Yeah, and also I'm so glad. I mean, Severo kind of got a little bit away from it for a minute as well.
I mean, we still don't know where Severo is.
No.
At this point.
No.
So we are right back to the Judas. He decides he's going to crown him with a mask. And this is crazy. Okay, so all hell breaks loose. As Roke is giving this speech to Darrow is like, something is wrong. Yeah. He's talking in past tense, like you've already mentioned. He is being really weird about me not opening this.
Yeah, like his hands are on my hands.
It's very odd. And then he starts looking around and he notices Lilith is a pink. Not really, but is disguised as a pink.
I recognize some of these people.
And he can't even get out the words that something is wrong before in Roke's ring.
Which was the jackal's ring that he had stabbed Pliny's second with at the dinner.
Nicked him.
Poison. Done.
And he is paralyzed. So, which I think is awful because he had to watch the whole thing and he couldn't do anything about it. And I wrote down everyone's last words because I'm psycho.
Okay, I love that. Tell me.
Victor's last words were, I didn't know, Darrow. I didn't know. Lauren's last words were, protect the Reaper. Nir's last words were, "You are not my son."
True.
So, Lauren dies trying to protect the Reaper. Victor dies trying to protect the Reaper. She literally crawls to him.
She's not dead.
Victor
Yeah.
is dead.
Is she?
Yeah, she they describe her eyes. Why do you think she's not?
I don't know.
I think she's dead.
I don't think she's dead.
Why do you not?
I don't know. She was at the brink of death, but they've all been at the brink of death a lot of times.
Oh, but he sees her eyes literally stay open and lose life.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think she's dead.
Well, I hope not. But so anyways, and then Jackal decides to freaking kill his dad because his dad is like, you're not my son.
Also, he was the one that set up killing his brother in the first place.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is nuts.
And Nero was like, you killed my boy. That was his prized son. And he was the one that started with the whole family feud. He paid the Bologna to kill the brother.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, you thought I was investing in my future? Well, I was. I used your money.
Which is insane.
To kill my brother.
He's literally a psychopath.
Oh, my God. Yeah, 100%.
He has.
Wild.
And I mean, someone put a song. I think I sent it to you. If not, I'll have to find it again. And it was the most perfect classical, makes you feel
eerie
song. And it was him walking through all of the death and how he just is looking at Darrow and just huh. And then stabs Lauren in the side and saying, "Guess you're not made of stone." And then it's I'll have to find the song because it's incredible,
crazy.
But
yeah. Oh, and the fact that they stuffed Fitchner's mouth with grapes. Just
wait, we're not there yet.
I mean,
we're not there yet. But yes.
Yeah, we are.
Fair. Yeah, so it's Fitchner's head in the box and not the crown, a mask. That was his mask. It's crazy. But really quick, back to him killing, Jackal killing his dad. This just shows how amazing he is as a writer, right? Because without even referencing any actual work, he just puts it in italics. After Augustus says, "You're not my son," it's described as the Jackal losing his humanity in his eyes. He literally sees his eyes lose it.
Yeah, he just kind of snaps.
And then he says, "Then farewell hope, and with hope farewell fear, farewell remorse. All good to me is lost." He whispers to some distant fading part of himself as he lazily lifts the scorcher to his father's forehead. "Evil be thou my good." And I clocked this immediately because I was like, I know this. I know this. What is this? So then I finish the book and I find out what the insanity. I go and look it up. It's John Milton quote from Paradise Lost, which this is the devil. This is the devil saying this when he falls from heaven. And I think maybe you mentioned this, but I also had it written down that it is Darrow describes the Jackal as the devil multiple times.
He does. And then when Darrow saw his eyes after the dinner thing and after he had set up the killing and he said,
I made a deal with the devil.
That's when I realized I made a deal with the devil.
It is so well written.
So well
because
written.
This is a nod to only either people who will go and look this up or already know. And I appreciate that.
I love it.
And it also talks after that says essentially I cannot match his evil.
No.
How am I to win this?
Yeah,
because there is no morality here.
Literally. You can't rationalize with this. And I want to go back and count all of the times someone told him not to trust the Jackal.
Yeah, good.
Because it's been a lot.
Yeah.
And he did. And it came back to bite him in the ass, obviously. So yeah, it's Ares' head in the box.
Yeah.
They know. Roke knows he's a red, and
they all know he's a red.
Everyone knows he's a red.
Yeah.
And Roke basically stands with, he thinks gold is better and all of that. And he was like, "You were never my brother." Because one of Darrow's last words, I mean, he's not dead, but we're my brother.
Yeah.
And Roke's like,
so essentially, this book ends with the rebellion dying.
yeah. pretty much. Everyone's dead.
How the hell is this going to keep going?
Right?
And I mean, Pax's brother and dad is coming, and that's why they leave, because they're like, the Telemanus is coming, like, we got to go. And then we know Mustang's gone, and we know Severo's gone, but who else is left?
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane. They're capturing Darrow. I've never read anything like this.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's amazing.
It's absolutely
So,
insane.
like, and to his point of matching evil, like, you cannot kill evil by being more evil.
No.
Like, you just become the evil.
Yeah.
So how the hell is he going to tie this up?
I don't know. Can we talk about the grapes? Because he
Yeah.
has grapes in his mouth, right?
Yeah.
Ares, when he presents his head to him.
Which is the same.
As Nero's wife,
Mm-hmm.
which was a Bellona. And so Nero's
Was not a
wife's
Bellona.
dad, the Bellona.
No. His wife was not the Bellona. His wife was of the family that they wiped from history.
Okay, yes.
But they were friends with Bellonas.
Okay, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But the Bellonas were the one that gave him the grapes to quench his thirst, right? Because when they adopted Nero
No.
or whatever.
Bellona didn't adopt Nero. The family that they wiped off was the family that adopted him.
And they're the ones that gave him the grapes?
Yeah. But they were all connected as friends and family.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So he gave Nero the grapes to, like, quench his thirst.
Yeah.
And then when he killed the Bellona, he presented her head with grapes in her mouth.
Not Bellona, but yes. I can't remember their name.
Yeah.
Because they were
Whatever.
wiped from history.
Yeah, exactly. Goodbye. But yeah, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so now they have presented Ares' head with grapes in his mouth.
Which is nuts. Because only a few really know that history.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So I have questions. But also my last finishing line was, this whole time everyone warned him to, number 1, not trust Jackal, and number 2, make up with Broke.
Yeah.
Okay. Questions. What happened to the rest of the Howlers? Especially
Literally.
Thistle.
Mm-hmm.
And did they leave because of what Darrow believed, or did they follow Severo and go and find Fitchner?
Right?
Because they don't really know about Fitchner. So how does that make sense? Where were they? Thoughts?
I don't know.
I
That's
think
such a good question.
Cavix
though.
and Daxo, who Pax's family, have been awfully quiet since everything. And then all of a sudden they come in at the end. Do we think that the sisters and the mother are there? Because it took 6 months. So, like, how long has this been? Is this 6 months? Okay. Where the fuck is Mustang? I think she found out everything that was going on and is doing some, like, badassery of her own. And, like, you know, what a man. Okay. And then I smell a redemption arc. I'm calling it now.
Okay.
Cassius.
Really?
I'm calling it now, and here's why. The ending line with Cassius, when he asks Darrow about the children, and Darrow even specifically says, I have no idea what he's talking about. I think in the next book, they're going to have a discussion about that, and that either or all together, Octavia, Pliny, and Vectra's sister, that whole crew, told Cassius that Darrow murdered a bunch of kids that have been murdered, and it was really Octavia and them. And I think they're going to have, like, a heart-to-heart conversation, and then a redemption arc happens.
Interesting.
That's what my prediction is. I don't know if that's right, but I think I even wrote in here, I was like, I'm smelling of a redemption arc here.
Okay.
Not yet, obviously, but to come.
Okay. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the hell is going to happen. My prediction is that Victor is not dead.
Okay.
I don't know why I think that.
That's fair.
But I think that.
Okay.
I think what I thought before.
Yeah, I
that
guess she
Mustang
does. Sorry, I guess it does say Vector's hand on my leg slackens and her eyes have closed. I thought they stayed open. So it could possibly be that she faked it.
Or that she's on the brink of. I don't think she necessarily faked anything. I think she's just out of energy, but she might be savable still.
Maybe.
I think Mustang is going to come back and, like, she's had time to cool off, and maybe she's been scheming all along and actually has stuff going on for the revolution.
Badassery.
Yeah.
Wherever you are, Severo, Mustang, Ragnar, do not come back to this world. There's too much pain, too much sorrow to even mend it.
They're going to mend it together. It's fine. Do we want to talk really quickly about Hogwarts houses?
Yes, and
We don't agree with the artist.
disclaimer, authors, trash, garbage, horrible. However, we grew up with this world, and it's hard to let go.
Yeah, it is.
And so we separate author and work and claim it as their own.
Yeah. And it's a good way to kind of look into the personalities of the different characters. And Darrow, Slytherin. 100%.
Let's
so
do it.
ambitious, 10 out of 10.
Let's say it at the same time.
Okay.
Darrow, Slytherin. Severo,
Severo.
Hufflepuff.
Bessies.
Mustang.
Gryffindor.
Yep. Fitchner, Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw. He's so smart.
Anyone else?
Let-
Nero?
I don't know.
Ready?
I'm not sure about
1, 2,
Nero.
3, Slytherin.
I think Slytherin, but I don't know.
I know, but he's not very smart.
He's not, but he is ambitious.
But he's ambitious.
Slytherin. And like there are things
He's not
that-
loyal.
No.
He's not a
no,
Hufflepuff.
definitely not loyal.
There needs to be like, he's a Dark Lord. He's a Death Eater.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But anyways, yeah. That's all I got.
Okay. Well, what kept me up? This book.
Ugh,
What kept me
yes.
home? Literally this book. I can't wait for our next book.
No, let's read the next one.
Okay.
right
Do you want
now.
to do what keeps me up and what keeps...
Yeah, I went to the science center with my little one today. So
Fun.
that was so fun.
That is fun.
And yeah, this book kept me home because I literally started as soon as we stopped recording last time. And I can't wait.
I love that. Why is this back? This must be
It's
it.
probably the first few of...
Dang it, Iron Gold. Okay, so our next book is obviously Morning Star. And we are doing halfway through. So whatever halfway through is, because I can't, oh, there's an epilogue.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, ready? What's half of 64
32.
plus 1? 33.
Just do 1 through 32
Okay, that's fine with me. 1 through 32.
of Morning Star.
Of
Read
Morning
along with us and
Star.
stay tipsy.
Bye.